everyone. It's been a while since my last Robo video, and I know I have failed you because I haven't really made any new reviews of the remaining chapters, and I haven't been posting many new episodes lately on the website, and I sincerely apologize for that. You see the recent news about RoboCop Returns and my advocacy to bring Nancy Allen and, of course, Anne Lewis back to the movie have kept me busy. And sometimes the news I keep getting have discouraged me to keep on writing. So you can say that I have been suffering from writer's block to some degree, because the more I know about the production, the more disappointed I am. As a longtime female fan that has been fighting for many years to preserve the name of Nancy Allen and the character of Anne Lewis in the RoboCop world. So just imagine, I have been working on a novel for 2 years to keep her alive and relevant, and then I keep getting news about the production supposedly moving forward, and then everyone is mentioning Peter Weller, but they are not mentioning Nancy Allen. However, I have good news on that front, because the petition numbers have been racing up, and I hope that I can get enough signatures. My friends and I, right now, I have a friend, another Nancy Robo fan, Amanda, who has actively been helping me to raise more signatures, and I hope that I have enough signatures to be sent to MGM, so Neil Blomkamp, Ed Neumeier, and MGM Studios take us seriously, because this is the fans requesting her come back. And I wanted to mention something very interesting. Not so long ago, one of my friends, Alan, from my Robo group, found this article written by this blogger, a female blogger, of course, and it's surprisingly spot on, accurate on what is happening with the pre-production of the film. The title of it is "The Uncertain Future of the Female Lead in RoboCop Returns." Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get in contact with this very interesting woman. If she sees this video, Maria, Alejandra, please contact me, because I would love to collaborate with your blog, and would certainly like to have more words from you about this subject. Maria Alejandra is hinting at the production being sexist, and she's using this very strong word to define MGM Studios, Neil Blomkamp, and unfortunately my handsome Robo love, Edward Neumeier, is included in the package, because none of them have given us a consistent response on our demands. And sadly enough, not only Neil Blomkamp doesn't reply to my tweets, which I'm very used to, or my comments on Instagram, but you know, I don't have any emotional attachments for the guys, so but Edward Neumeier, who's my favorite writer in the whole universe, who's my handsome Robo love, has given 3 interviews so far since the last time that I recorded this. In those 3 interviews, he has mentioned, or he has hinted at, Peter Weller probably returning in the film. As I said, I'm not sure how would Peter Weller would return in the film, considering the fact that the guy is over 70. But then we have technology, and then we have CGI, and we have lots of things. So the fans request him. Who knows if he will really come back to the film. But the sad thing for me is that in those 3 interviews, Edward is not mentioning either Nancy Allen or Anne Lewis or the female fans. He said on a very recent interview that RoboCop is a film that attracts boys from 6 to 60. So I say, what about us, Ed? You know, and you know me, and you know that I have been working hard to preserve your character in the RoboCop world. So this got me thinking, have I been sending sexy pictures to the guy for nothing? Oh my god, love that one. And also I wanted to mention something that is quite funny, that in my group I am acknowledged as Mrs. Eva 209 now. So every time they say that, my friend Pierre, sending him a kiss, I imagine something like this. So I'm asking Neil Blomkamp and MGM Studios, do you really want to make Eva 209 mad at this point, in which it is not just me, but many people over the net, the ones that are questioning why we aren't getting a response. Some bloggers, some journalists are hinting at the possibility of Nancy returning, but we don't have any official hint or declaration from the studios, from Neil or from Edward, which breaks my heart. So I wanted to say that after all these things are having happening, Nancy Allen gave an interview very recently. She was interviewed by my friend Ken Hill from Podcasting Them Softly. So finally, we have some official declarations from Officer Lewis Purcell. And the interview is short but very interesting. And Kent mentions us. I'm very flattered because he mentioned my name and the petition. And then Nancy says that she acknowledges the work that we're doing, the fans, and that she's open to possibilities. But then she mentions she has no idea what is happening with the production, and that she hasn't been called by them yet, which is a shame. I mean, shame on you, MGM and Neil Blomkamp. But not only I'm dealing with this emotionally, so imagine, this is why I'm not writing at the moment, but then in the very last interview that Edward Neumeier gave a few days ago, he reveals something else. He reveals that his script has been passed on and that Justin Rhodes and Neil Blomkamp are writing a new one. So not only Nancy hasn't been called, no word of Nancy Allen returning in the film. Neil Blomkamp doesn't reply to our requests, demands, or at least questions. But now we know that the initial outline or work that Edward Neumeier gave to MGM, so the ball started to roll, has been dismissed. So this is like a predicament for me, because I love the work of Nancy Allen and I love the work of Edward Neumeier, and I would like him to say something about the character that he created back in the 80s that broke paradigms, because she was an action woman that many little girls like me grew up watching or looking up to. So the thing is, and the biggest question I have for Ed is, was Anne Lewis included in the outline you gave to MGM? Because if Anne Lewis was included and you gave that script to MGM and it was dismissed, and now they are completely reviewing your work, then I'm going to be twice as mad and upset and angry, and then you don't want to see Eva 209 angry. Because I don't know if the studios remember what happened with the remake, and in Nancy Allen's recent interview she talks about the remake and the flaw it was and all the money they wasted, you know, the studios, to make something that did not please the fans. So the question I have now is, will MGM do the same thing all over again. Ignore the request of the fans. I don't know if you remember, but even if the movie made money outside the United States, domestically it was an embarrassment. So what is really happening with RoboCop Returns? Neil Blomkamp has been deleting his Instagram posts about RoboCop. Edward Neumeier has been sincere as he can be by telling the whole world, guess what? They are reviewing my work, but he's still producing. How much power does he have on the production? We don't know. So is this movie really going to take place? Because for me, it seems like it's a complete mess. Then I'm so sad to find about these things, and then most fans are just concerned about Peter Weller or the bad guys or the movie being rated R, which I'm concerned about. I don't want another PG-13 RoboCop movie. But the thing is, aren't you forgetting that initially this project was given to Edward Neumeier, and I am assuming that Michael Miner probably collaborated with him. And Edward had said to me that this script took him 9 months to complete. 9 months of work, intense work, and then it was handed to MGM. So I'm guessing that because Neil Blomkamp was the only director that called, now he has the power to dismiss the original creator of RoboCop and then bring someone from his own team and say, hey, guess what, we're reviewing the same thing. Edward Neumeier is so polite that he speaks marvels of Neil Blomkamp in his interviews. I haven't read a single interview of Neil Blomkamp doing the same thing for Ed. I have read interviews of Neil Blomkamp saying great things about Paul Verhoeven. We all love Paul Verhoeven, but I have never read him saying anything nice about Edward Neumeier. So this gets me thinking, this is a guy that is exactly my age that probably grew up watching RoboCop the same way I did, and lots of fans did. And then he said that he wants to do something Verhoeven-like, but he has the original creator of RoboCop next to him and he's dismissing him. So are you really going to do something that is Verhoeven worth for the fans? And that's the question I have, among many others. So imagine what can we expect now from the production. I'm not sure, and from my part, I will keep my advocacy for Anne Lewis. And I will also say out loud, as many times as I can, that I don't agree with Ed Neumeier's work being dismissed like that. Okay, people say he's into production. Yes, but do you remember that he was not really involved in the sequels? And that people didn't want him around when they were doing the remake? Honestly, listen to the podcast of Nancy and the recent interview of Ed. They give a lot of information. And then Nancy, who's the most polite, diplomatic woman in the world, she speaks marvels of the original script created by Edward Neumeier, and she speaks marvels of Paul Verhoeven. She's so respectful. So if I were in the film industry, I would show more respect to the original crew that created the magic that we all have been enjoying for many years, which is RoboCop. This is already too long. I'll make a new video soon talking about chapters and fan things and everything. So I'll give you this so you think about it and take good care. Bye for now.